Please stand. As Chief Faculty Marshal, I now declare this convocation officially open. Please remain standing for the national anthem led by Emily Ficca, class of 2012, the posting of the colors by the ROTC Color Guard, and a reflection by Matt Hovey, class of 2012. You may post the colors. Present. Harm. Order. Harm.
Perhaps we can take a lesson from Oprah Winfrey. If you were to ask me, what is the secret to my success? It is because I understand that there is a power greater than myself that rules my life. And in life, if you can be still long enough in all of your endeavors, the good times, the hard times, to connect yourself to the source. I call it God. You can call it whatever you want to. The force, nature, Allah, the power. If you can connect yourself to the source and allow the energy that is your personality, your life force, to connect to the greater force, anything is possible for you. Hold the highest, grandest vision of yourself.
Please be seated. What a great occasion.
Good afternoon and welcome to Convocation, the formal opening of Longwood's 173rd year. It's with great pleasure that I join you today to not only acknowledge and formally open the new academic year, but also to celebrate the accomplishments of those of you who are now seniors. Congratulations. I'm very proud to be a member of the Longwood family. And when I stand here among you and think of all that this ceremony means, I know that we're a community that embodies the very best of higher education, that we're a true learning community dedicated to the education of well-rounded, socially responsible citizen leaders. That's you. I want to recognize two groups of individuals who are with us today and are very special members of our community. First, the faculty. Longwood University emphasizes superior teaching. It's in our DNA. And we bring to Longwood's faculty members who possess the three characteristics of exceptional teachers: an extraordinary grasp of their particular subject matter, a profound love of and passion for teaching, and the gift of being able to impart what they know and love to their students. We're very proud of this faculty, and I'd like them to stand and be recognized. And second, I want to welcome the governing board of Longwood University, the Board of Visitors. Individually and collectively, they provide many hours of volunteer service and creative energy for the benefit of the university. I'd like to recognize the members of the board who are with us today and ask them to stand as I call their names. Vice Rector Rita Hughes, Jane Brooke, John Daniel, Rip LaRoche, Jane Maddox, Stephen Mobley, Mary Ann Radcliffe, Susan Sosa, and Ron White. I'd also like to introduce the president of the Longwood University Foundation Board, Ken Marcus. Longwood thanks all of you for your dedication and hard work. And now I have the distinct pleasure of inviting to the podium Mrs. Rita Hughes, Vice Rector of our Board of Visitors.
Thank you, General Finnegan. Seniors and little sisters and friends, the group whom you've just met, the Board of Visitors, is a group of private citizens who have been asked by the Commonwealth of Virginia to watch over this great institution, to make sure it is well run, and to make sure that you have what you need to secure an excellent education. Thanks to President Finnegan and his rare and inspired team, your university is superbly run. That has enhanced your experience here in ways that are obvious and in ways that you have never seen. A degree from Longwood University is even more valuable today than it was when you started. It will be more valuable yet by the time you graduate. As each of you, and in particular you seniors, embark on this year, you know that the most important ingredient to your success here and in life lies inside you. It's called desire, the willingness to pursue what's really important to you. Desire has more to do with achieving your dreams than any other quality a person can have. As you begin this year, I encourage you to take every opportunity to expand your horizons, to make the most of every moment, and always be willing to go the extra mile for yourself and for others. As citizen leaders, you will be prepared to be of service to your communities, exhibit strong values of honesty and integrity, and possess a commitment to lifelong learning. Since 1974, when I graduated, much has changed. There are more students, there are male students, there are international students. There are new buildings, new members of the faculty, and nationally competitive men and women's athletic teams. But some things have not changed. The excellent professors are still involved with each student. At Longwood, you are a name, not a number. Baked Alaska is still served in the dining hall on special occasions. The quality of the education is outstanding, and the student body is comprised of smart, energetic, caring, industrious individuals, And while you are here, you will, and I know this from personal experience, make friends that will last a lifetime. From all of us on the Board of Visitors, our best wishes to each of you for a wonderful year.
I'm very pleased that today we have the opportunity to welcome a distinguished alumnus back to campus to inspire us as today's convocation speaker. Brigadier General Joseph L. Bass is a 1983 graduate of Longwood, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. He was a member of the varsity wrestling team, there was a varsity wrestling team, and a cadet in Longwood's ROTC program, where he was a distinguished military graduate, an achievement reserved for the very best ROTC graduates across the nation. Immediately after graduating, he was commissioned in the Quartermaster Corps, entered the Army as a second lieutenant, and has held numerous command and staff positions in his 28 years on active duty. On December 18, 2009, General Bass was promoted to Brigadier General, becoming the first ever Longwood graduate to attain that rank. Four weeks prior to that, he had taken command of the Expeditionary Contracting Command. And as commanding general of that organization, he oversees more than 1,200 people deployed around the world. He has served in the Army Acquisition Corps for more than 20 years, has served in Iraq and Kuwait in key contracting assignments, and has earned master's degrees from Webster University and the National Defense University. In March of this year, General Bass received the highest and most prestigious award given by Longwood University's Alumni Association when he was the first recipient of the William Henry Ruffner Alumni Award, which is presented to alumni who have achieved outstanding success and national distinction in both the recipient's personal and professional life, the embodiment of the citizen leader. That certainly describes today's speaker. We are so appreciative that he's here to share his thoughts with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming back Brigadier General Joe Bass.
Wow, okay. What a great group. It's my kind of crowd, too. I can see y'all a little rowdy, so. But I'll try to get through this and make it pretty quick. It's only about 20 pages. No, I'm messing with it. Okay. But I'm the entertainment for the day, right? Yeah. And feel free to laugh and chime in. So. But hey, President Finnegan, thank you very much for the kind introduction and for inviting me to be the convocation speaker today. I'm guessing my academic and disciplinary records were either lost or you didn't have time to read them, and that's why you invited me. So, and it's kind of a joke, but it didn't. Yeah, I kind of remember. No, I think I remember Lancaster used to be the library, but I don't know. Yeah, but distinguished members of the Board of Visitors, faculty, staff, and most importantly, students of the class of 2012. What an honor it is. Yeah, go ahead. What an honor it is to participate in this great tradition with you. It's hard for me to believe that it was 28 years ago that I was here at Longwood going into my senior year with the class of 1983 and doing the same thing you're all doing right now. Okay, well, maybe that's not exactly true. The fact is, I didn't know what a convocation was until a couple months ago. And there's a very high percentage that 28 years ago, if this ceremony was being conducted, that I was likely hanging out in Cox Hall with a now banned fraternity called the Deltas. Oh, y'all heard of them, huh? Yeah. Okay. But, and for the record, I had nothing to do with getting them banned. That was after I left. So after I found out what a fantastic ceremony this was, I started thinking, what might I say to you all? And more importantly, if I had attended all those years ago, what would I want to hear from some fairly old alumnus who was probably out of touch with college life? So as I thought about it, I realized that college life that I knew was probably much different than the life you all know now. We didn't have laptops and smartphones, and heck, we didn't even have cell phones, right? I mean, we had a thing called a landline. Y'all know what that is? No, I don't know. But, hung on the wall on the floor of the dorm. You called home to mom every once a week to ask for money. Anyway, all right. Y'all still do, y'all got cell phones now, use that for, right? But, you guys text them to each other, right? All right. Anyway, so you get the idea, right? I mean, the only thing we really had was the campus and the college life. I mean, we didn't have, you guys are all in basically virtual worlds now around the world. You can talk to people anytime, day or night, from across anywhere. So the only contact we really had was we could go across the street to McDonald's back then, where a hamburger was probably less than 50 cents. And we went to Par Bills. I don't know if y'all ever even heard of that, right? I think it's out of business now, right? A couple of where a pony keg only cost $20 back then. No. Anyway. Okay. A couple of y'all drinking. That's right, 18. Y'all can't drink till 21 now, right? Sorry about that. Legally. No. Okay. All right. So, first, okay, I want to get serious here in a minute because they're all going to be like, All right. Okay, first, believe me, 28 years ago when I missed my convocation, if they had one, I certainly was not on the path to becoming your keynote speaker here today. What I'd like to convey to you all is that you may not realize it, but you really do have a great future ahead of you, and the future will mean making choices. I hate to sound like your father up here, but that's really all I can tell you. Now, you might be zoning out right now. A couple of y'all over here, I see you. But I would have been doing the same thing 28 years ago, and that's okay because you're making a choice to do that, right? Everyone goes through a decision-making process, whether you know it or not. If something demands you to react, you will. If you choose to do nothing, you still have made a choice to do nothing. Doors of opportunity will open and close. You can decide to do something or not. Just as often, doors will open that are not so kind, and you might have to react to adversity. What I can tell you is I know that you all are ready for that. The collective experiences of your life, culminating with this incredible education that Longwood has provided, and probably a few key people, will help you answer the call when those doors open, even when you least expect them. In the military, we use terms like flexibility and adaptability, all nice words for, I'm not sure what the heck's going on, we're going to go to plan B. But what I learned is when things go bad, your experience and training or education take over. Longwood helped prepare me to make those choices in good times and bad, and I know it will help prepare you. It has helped prepare you. The other thing I'll tell you is the Longwood experience also provides something that is a priceless asset. It's the friends and an affiliation that will last a lifetime. I'll give you a quick example. 17 years ago, I was a young captain assigned to Korea. No family, no friends, what we call in the Army an unaccompanied tour for 1 year. One evening early in my tour, I'm in the local on-base club, hanging out with some of the other unaccompanied officers, when I meet this guy who asked me where I went to college. I said, you've never heard of it. Of course, y'all know how that is, right? Yeah. He said, that's okay. What's the name of it? I said, that's a small school in Virginia. Trust me, you never heard of it. He said, no, what's the name of the school you went to? I said, it's Longwood in Farmville, Virginia. He laughed and said, that's where I went to college too. True story. I couldn't believe it. Here I was 7,000 miles away from home, across the world, and I run into another Longwood graduate, and he's in the Army too. And then we were several years apart, and we didn't know each other while we were at Longwood, but there was a common bond and affiliation that we had with Longwood that quickly developed into a lifelong friendship and eventually led to him being my deputy brigade commander when we were both deployed together in Southwest Asia in 2007. And if you don't believe me, his name's Tim Hale, and he's right in here somewhere. I don't know, he got such a huge crowd. There he is back there. And we'll be playing golf together tomorrow. But, I could go on and on about my many Longwood friends and Delta fraternity brothers and who all have gone on to become teachers, coaches, worked in the business world and in the military. They've been in careers all across all walks of life. And now they're professors, they're principals, they're athletic directors, CEOs, and even a general. And who could believe that, right? My point is, this is a priceless gift that you will get from your experience here at Longwood. One last area I want to touch on is, as I talk to you here, is I've learned always, oh, this is kind of a joke, I messed that up, right? No, okay, I've learned a lot. When I give these speeches all the time, I look out in the crowd and I see when y'all heads start knocking down and your eyes rolling back. I kind of finish this off, right? Y'all aren't there yet, though, so cool. But I know y'all are getting ready for this capping ceremony, so I'll get on with this. But one thing I want to talk about is service to your country. Okay, and I'm not talking about military service, right? I'm talking about there's other kinds of ways to serve, even in your local church if you go to church, or in your community, all those kind of things. I just remind you that what we have here is a gift. The Army's taken me just about every major country in the world. I've probably been to over 50 different countries if I had to count them up. I've been to every hemisphere, every continent, Europe, Asia, Central, South America. I've been literally every major country. Some very nice places and some not so nice. And I'm here to tell you, in my humble opinion, the United States of America is still the most incredible country on earth, bar none. And why do I say this? It's a simple observation. Capital cities all over the world house embassies that represent all of the different nations on earth. But without exception, there's always one embassy that inevitably has a huge line in front of it, no matter what country I've been to, and that's the United States Embassy. There are thousands of people all over the world right now waiting in lines, trying desperately to get to where you are right now. While many would point to our freedoms, natural resources, and material things that make this country so desirable, I would tell you what makes this country so great is the people. It's the diversity, the selfless service, our multiculturalism. It's you. Therefore, it's only just you give a little back, a little humility to stop and help those less fortunate or serve in some capacity. Okay, enough of being your father. I have to tell you a little bit, I'm jealous about the fact that y'all are in your senior year here. You know, my years at Longwood were definitely some of the best of my life, and I know you will look back and feel the same. I'm sure some of you are worried about your future, but I can tell you I'm confident that the class of 2012 is better than the class of 1983. I know that. And you all will make a difference and will discover the power in you, like all the thousands of other Longwood graduates have since 1839. So just think of this. One of you one day in about 30 years may be standing up here giving the same remarks to the class of 2042. Believe me, I never would have thought that when I was sitting here. Okay. All right. So I'll just say, hey, thanks for listening. I wish you all the best and everything you want to dream for, and go out and do it. You can do it. And I'll just say congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Joe, for a great message and for representing Longwood so well over the past years. We will now permanently seal your academic and disciplinary records. It's now the time in the program to recognize outstanding faculty members. There are so many who could be recognized, but I now have the pleasure to recognize 3 outstanding faculty members who no doubt have made an impact on many of the students who are here in the audience today. I'd ask Dr. Perkins, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, to come forward to assist with the presentation. First, I'm pleased to present the Marie Bristow Stark Award for Faculty Excellence. This award is made possible by an endorsement created by the late Mr. Thomas J. Stark III, who was president of Steel Service Incorporated of Richmond. The award honors his mother, who was an honor graduate of the class of 1914 and later was president of the National Alumni Association. The award recognizes leadership and excellence in teaching and in professional activities. Faculty considered for this award are nominated by peers or by students. The recipient is determined by a 7-member selection committee comprised of 2 faculty members from each college and 1 member of the Longwood University Foundation Board of Directors. The award consists of a medallion and a cash award. Yeah. The recipient of the Marie Bristow Stark Award for Faculty Excellence is from the Department of History, Political Science, and Philosophy, Dr. Larissa S. Ferguson. Congratulations, Dr. Ferguson. I now have the pleasure of presenting the Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching. The Maud Glenn Rayford Award for Excellence in Teaching recognizes superior teaching in a very tangible way with a check and a medallion. The Rayford Award was established in 1990 by philanthropist J.B. Fuqua of Atlanta, a Prince Edward County native, in honor of his third grade teacher, a Longwood alumna, who died in 1991. The recipient is chosen by a faculty awards committee. The winner this year from the Department of Sociology, Anthropology, and Criminal Justice Studies is Dr. Brian D. Bates. I'd note that Dr. Bates is a Longwood alum and the former student of Dr. Perkins.
Taught him everything he knew.
In 1994, Longwood University initiated an award to recognize a junior member of the faculty, a person who has been at Longwood from 3 to 5 years. The faculty member must have demonstrated excellence in teaching and scholarship and participation in university activities. The award is funded by the Longwood University Foundation, and the recipient is chosen by a faculty committee with representatives from each of the 3 colleges. The Junior Faculty Award winner for 2011 is from the Department of Communication Studies and Theater, Dr. Naomi Johnson-Sagardis. And now comes the moment our seniors have been waiting for. We've gathered here today to honor your transition. Wait a minute, not yet. This is about your transition into seniorhood. The faculty, administration, staff, and friends are here to help honor you. In the best Longwood tradition, we've come here to cap you as seniors and thereby formally initiate the final year of your university education. This event is one of my favorites because it combines a couple of things: the start of the academic year, recognition of the significance of education and educators, and also having some fun. Because education is not a grim business we're in. It ought to be a joyful experience, and this occasion shows that. So now the capping ceremony itself. Are you ready? Okay. Not yet. You'll get the signal. At this time, I'd ask Dr. Perkins to come forward and assist me with the capping ceremony. And will the senior class president, Nancy McDonald, she's come forward with her capper, Lauren Maida-Chachevsky. Nancy, you're facing Doctor? Okay, you're in the right position. While the seniors remain seated, will all brothers and sisters please rise? Now, as I read this next statement, we're almost there. Lauren will give the mortarboard to Dr. Perkins. She's already done it. And he'll place it on Nancy's head. At that same time, each of you will cap the senior in front of you. So by the power vested in me by virtue of my office, I hereby declare that the members of the class of 2012 are this day, September 8th, 2011, now officially recognized as seniors and capped accordingly. Now.
You can please be seated for the remainder of the ceremony. If everyone could please take their seats, please. I promise it'll be like a Tootsie Roll. We made it short and sweet. All right, here's the obvious question. How's it going, seniors? As I'm sure you know, graduation is arriving quickly. As a matter of fact, it might be more appropriate to call it Taylor since it's approaching at a swift pace. See what I did there? We're all turning the pages that lead us into an entirely new chapter of our lives and beginning our first steps into the real world. While our departure from this wonderful institution is not far off, we still have plenty of time to make the most out of these last 2 semesters. After all, there's no time like the present. Maybe you can join that club you're always curious about, or even start your own club that will carry on its activities long after we graduate. So for those of you out there who have always wanted to start that pirate club, and you know who you are, now's the time. But don't let it stop there. Why not treat each day on campus like the excited freshmen we were 3 years ago? I moved up in my classes quick. Meet new people, explore various organizations, and take a strong and proactive interest in your classes. Only you lie at the helm of the ship to your success and fulfillment in this life. Why not make the most of it? Perhaps the best advice I can give to you all in your going last year at Longwood is don't ever hesitate to be yourself. Too often do people refrain from doing something because they're worried about how it might look or what others may think. Never be afraid to do what makes you happy, regardless how others may feel. In the words of author Dave Barry, no one cares if you can't dance well, just get up and dance. After all the memories you have of college 10 or 20 years from now are being made at this very moment, the last thing you want is to look back and say, I wish I could have done that, or why didn't I do this? Live each and every day to the fullest. Seniors, let's make this year one to remember for the rest of our lives. Study hard, get involved, and don't forget to have fun. Someone call MTV because we're getting ready to make our steps into the real world. I'm confident that each and every one of you will enter this year with full blue and white spirit and will treat each coming day as a new and exciting opportunity. I would also like to extend a special thank you to Brigadier General Joseph Bass for speaking to us today, and I hope you'll accept this gift as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. That being said, seniors, this year, let's make like fireworks and go out with a bang.
That's a sight, let me tell you. Thank you, Nancy. I also want to thank everyone else who assisted with today's convocation, especially the faculty marshals and the junior marshals for organizing the processional and assisting with other activities, Professor Gordon Ring and the Wind Symphony for providing our music, and the students who participated in the program. The words to the alma mater are in your program, so please stand and sing along with Leary Davis of the class of 2012. I'd ask you to remain standing for the retiring of the colors and the processional. You may retire the colors.